I found out my sister was getting a $4 million inheritance while I got nothing, so I gave our family a DNA test for Christmas. I was helping my mother clean out the attic when I found a draft of her will tucked inside an old photo album. Curious, I flipped through it, then froze when I reached page 3. To my daughter Emma, I leave my entire estate, including the family home investments and insurance policies, with an estimated value of $4 million. I read it twice, certain there was a mistake. I am her daughter too. The only other mention of me was a single line. To my daughter Sarah, I leave my personal jewelry collection. Mom's costume jewelry worth maybe $200 total. I quietly put the will back and said nothing that day. That night, I called my sister Emma, hoping she'd be as shocked as I was. Instead, she hesitated before saying, I thought you knew Mom and Dad always said you were different. Different how? Another pause. You don't look like anyone in the family. And you know how Dad always called you his special surprise. The room seemed to tilt. My sister was 3 years older than me. Our parents had been married for 30 years. I had always been told I looked like our grandmother for weeks. I said nothing. I ordered a DNA test, and when the results came, I stared at my phone for an hour before opening the email. 0% genetic match to either of my parents or Emma. The family I'd spent 29 years loving wasn't mine at all. I considered confronting them immediately, but something stopped me. If they kept this secret for 3 decades, I wanted answers on my terms. So I waited until Christmas, when our entire extended family gathered at my parents' house. I bought everyone all 15 family members DNA kits as fun family gift. We can trace our ancestry together, I said, watching my mother's face carefully. She paled, exchanging a glance with my father. That's not necessary, she stammered. Those tests are so inaccurate. Really, mine was very clear, I said quietly, pulling out the results. 0% match to any of you. The room went silent. My aunt gasped. Emma looked at the floor. My father finally spoke. Your mother couldn't have children. After Emma, there were complications. We were on a wait list for adoption when a nurse at the hospital called. There'd been a baby abandoned, just hours old. My mother reached for my hand. We never told you because it didn't matter. You were ours from the moment we held you, but not enough to inherit anything, I said. Not enough to be treated equally. What followed was 3 hours of family secrets unraveling. My mother admitted she'd never legally adopted me, hence to paperwork oversight that meant legally I wasn't her child. My father had wanted to tell me years ago. Emma had known since she was 12. I left that night and didn't speak to any of them for months. Then a letter arrived from my mother's attorney. She'd updated her will, splitting everything evenly between Emma and me. She'd also started legal adoption proceedings. Parn at age 60, she was formally adopting her 29-year-old daughter, but I didn't want her money anymore. I wanted my history. Last week, through the DNA database, I found a first cousin gestury. I met my biological mother Pertai, 48-year-old lawyer who'd been 17 when she had me. She'd been told I died at birth. We both cried when she showed me pictures of her other children. Parrot, my half-so, who have my eyes, my smile, my love of art. Sometimes family isn't who raised you or who shares your DNA. It's who looks at the truth, no matter how painful, and chooses to build something honest from the wreckage. I am having dinner with both my mothers next week. They each have pieces of my story. It's time I wrote my own ending.